The story begins with the protagonist, a young woman in her mid-20s, sharing her dream of a perfect wedding. She had always envisioned a beautiful beach ceremony, a place that held countless cherished memories for her and her partner. They had been together for 6 years, and their love for the ocean was a central part of their relationship. They often visited the beach to unwind and reconnect, making it the ideal location for their special day. For 5 years, she had been saving diligently for this dream wedding. Working in a stable job, she and her partner lived modestly, cutting back on luxuries to ensure they could afford the celebration they had always wanted. They planned to book a luxurious beachfront venue where their guests could enjoy a memorable experience. However, everything changed when her parents approached her with what seemed like a dire situation. They claimed that her father had fallen seriously ill and needed an expensive, imported medication not covered by their insurance. Desperate to help, she handed over a significant portion of her wedding savings, $115,000, without hesitation. Over the following weeks, she began to notice inconsistencies in her parents' story. Whenever she visited, her mother avoided showing any medical reports or providing specific details about her father's condition. Her father, though bedridden, didn't appear to be in critical health. She grew increasingly suspicious but didn't want to accuse her parents of lying outright. Meanwhile, her younger sibling, who had recently married in a small, rushed ceremony, was nowhere to be found during this supposed family crisis. When she asked her parents why her sibling hadn't visited, they brushed it off, saying they didn't want to worry them. Her suspicions deepened when she finally spoke to her sibling on the phone. During the conversation, her sibling casually mentioned being on an extravagant honeymoon across Europe, funded entirely by their parents. The cost? Over $125,000. It all clicked. Her parents had lied about a medical emergency to fund her sibling's lavish honeymoon using her wedding savings. Furious and heartbroken, she confronted her parents. They admitted the truth, claiming that her sibling had been struggling at work and needed the trip to rejuvenate. They argued that she was young and could earn the money back, while they couldn't risk their retirement savings. They even had the audacity to suggest that she should prioritize her sibling's happiness over her own wedding. Feeling betrayed, she demanded they return the money immediately, but they refused, saying it would take years to repay her. Devastated, she and her partner were forced to scale back their wedding plans significantly. Instead of the dream beach wedding, they opted for a small, intimate ceremony at a family member's property. Despite the challenges, the wedding turned out to be beautiful. Surrounded by close friends and loved ones, she realized that the day was about celebrating her love and commitment, not about impressing others. However, she made the difficult decision not to invite her parents or sibling, knowing they had betrayed her trust. After the wedding, she posted photos online, which eventually reached her family. They were outraged at being excluded and demanded an explanation. She told them bluntly that they were no longer part of her life after stealing her money and lying to her. They tried to guilt-trip her, but she stood her ground. Determined to hold her family accountable, she and her partner consulted a lawyer. They began gathering evidence to prove that her parents had misused the money under false pretenses. In a surprising turn of events, her partner managed to manipulate her family into sending an email admitting to their actions. This email became crucial evidence in their legal case. After months of legal proceedings, the court ruled in her favor, ordering her parents to repay the stolen funds. While the process was exhausting, she felt a sense of justice and closure. With the money returned, she and her partner decided to take a short beach trip for their honeymoon, revisiting the place where their love story began. They realized that their happiness didn't depend on extravagant gestures but on the love and support they shared. The experience taught her that family isn't defined by blood but by trust, respect, and love. She was grateful for her partner and the friends who stood by her during this difficult time. As for her parents and sibling, they would have to face the consequences of their actions. She was done being their doormat.